This is an ABP Live Podcast.
Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Bollywood Binge and Beyond. Today we have someone who is a heartthrob of many and people are just fans of her everywhere around left, right and center. She is the one and the only Mostly Sane, aka Prajakta Koli.
Hi, Niharika. You are very, very generous with that introduction.
Actually, it's word to word correct and it's coming from your fans. So I am not being generous, I'm just being a truthful journalist.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I have been spending a lot of time writing and I had a couple of really exciting breakthroughs with that. So I've been excited.
Oh,
yeah.
that is great. And I think a lot of people, a lot of your fans, your Dum Dum Army is right out there waiting for for vlogs, for blogs, all sorts of content that you're coming up with.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully by the end of June, we might have a really exciting announcement to make. So,
Ooh,
fingers
crossed
crossed.
for that. Fingers crossed for that. And I myself being a part of the Dum Dum Army, I'm super excited as well.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very sweet.
So tell me, how has it been? How has Desi Down Under been? What is it about? Can you tell us a little about it?
For sure, yeah. So Desi Down Under has been great. It's my first audio show. It's my first time acting as a audio creator. Sorry about that. First time acting as an audio actor, performing as an audio actor. What is wrong with me? It's about these three young people, Meenu, Rahul, and Devain. Meenu and Rahul are twin siblings. They're both 24 years old. Devain is 25. They are from the coastal areas of Mangalore. And there is something that has happened in their lives that has affected them very very closely. And there's a reason why they are so passionate towards their fishermen community, towards the community on the shores, where they want to man their shores. They want to make sure that the community is safer. So they decide that, okay, we should get life-saving lessons. So they enroll for this program that's happening on Coogee Beach in Sydney. And they actually decide to fly there for a while so they can train. And life changes when they get there, because suddenly this whole new world opens up for them. They make mistakes, they try new things. There's a lot that happens. Feelings change, guards come down.
That's so
but it's quite an exciting ride, but at the same time it's breezy. It's very nice. It's very light.
That is great. And talking about Ninu, your character, can you share a little about her and how similar she is to Prajakta Koli?
I think the similarity between me and Meenu is that we feel very passionately about our people. I think.
Okay.
I would do anything for my family and my friends, and I think that's the same with her. She's very, very close to them. She wants to work towards things that will bring safety and health and happiness to her family and friends, which is I admire about her. Things that I'm not at all like her are in that she's extremely athletic. She can swim, she can surf. She is a phenomenal swimmer. I can't swim to save my life. Like if you throw me in water right now, I will sink. That is it. Like I have no life skills.
High five on that.
Yeah. Very athletic. I mean, there's this one bit where, they are out partying one night and the next morning she competes. And I'm just like, how is this woman doing it? I would be sitting with my sunglasses in one corner.
You said that she's 24 years old. I am 25. I cannot do it. I cannot.
Exactly. So I was just, I mean, it was just, she's very admirable. She is like, if I met her in person, I would want to be friends with her.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And talking about other things, talking about feelings developing, and we also know that, there is a romance that develops between you and Devain, who you are best friends with. So that is, a tricky territory, I would say. And a lot of, people around the same age sort of start developing feelings for their best friends. So what do you as a person think? Is it a build up to a heartbreak, feelings for your best friend, or can it, turn into the best thing in this entire world?
Like in life, generally,
In life,
outside of the
yeah,
show.
both ways. In the show,
Mm.
what we can expect, and in real life, what you as a person feel can happen.
So in the show, when I read the script, I was rooting for Meenu and Devain because they are so cute. They are both so scared of their friendship being lost in this whole storm of feelings, because they're each other's biggest cheerleaders. They depend on each other for everything, and they value their friendship so much that they feel like if we cross that line, what if things get so that whole confusion with feelings is very relatable. It's very like you said, it's very common, and there's something that we all grapple with at some point in time, especially when we're in our 20s. In life, honestly, I don't know if I am qualified to answer it, because my best friend and I grew up ever since we were like a year old.
Oh, wow.
So I've been friends with him for almost 30 years now. And I never had feelings for him. He never had feelings for me. He is my favorite person in the whole world. But that it never went there. It was always platonic. But the boy that I'm with right now, I was 18 when I met him, and I have been with him for almost 12 years now. So two very different things. So I don't know if I can comment on it so much, but living vicariously through Meenu and Devin was exciting.
Right. And, the relationship that you are in right now, was it friends to going ahead, taking it to the next notch, or was it like it just happened naturally?
No, it was boom to the point. Day one, let's date. There was no friendship. There was absolutely no build up. We knew when we saw each other the first time that we don't want
so
to
it's love at first sight.
Yeah, I thought it was hot. Like, let's be honest. It's never really like love. Like, I wasn't like, he has such a nice heart. I want to spend my whole life with. Like, it was never that. I was like, dude, he's hot, and he thought the same thing. Oh, she's cute, whatever. And then we kind of like spent time dating, getting to know each other. Yeah.
That is nice. And talking about your on-screen or on audio, crush, how was it romancing? How was it like romancing Adarsh Gaurav?
He's just really sweet. Adarsh is one of the most, how do I put this? You know how you meet I never met him before, honestly. I'd heard a lot about him, and I loved his work. We had a few common friends, but I had never met him in person. But it just took me meeting him once. And you know how some people you meet and you just feel like, okay, we were meant to meet. We were meant to do this, because it was that much simple to get along with him. It wasn't. And there are a couple of scenes that could have been awkward. Was I not comfortable with my co-actor? But not at all. Everything was a breeze. He is genuinely so warm, and it's so easy to talk to him. And I feel like that just comes really handy when you're shooting with someone that you're romantically going, like your characters are going to be romantically involved in.
Right. That is great. And talking about the audio realm in general, you started your career through radio. So, and now you are working, as a voice artist, as someone in the entire audio realm. So, do you feel that life has come a full circle at some level?
I mean, in my mind, I just want to feel it so I can get done with it, because I spent so many years of my life growing up just wanting to be a radio jockey, and I think I resented myself for not being able to make it that far without being happy for a long time. And I remember talking to Mantra about it very often, where even though I became a radio jockey, I wasn't happy. So it's somewhere in my mind, even after I quit radio and I started doing this that I love doing, being a YouTuber and a writer and a creator, content creator and an actor. Even then, there was some part of me at the back of my head that kept telling me that, how was I so wrong?
For so many years, you have that one dream.
Yeah.
And when that doesn't transpire that way,
I was 11. I was 11 when I made that decision for myself. For 10 years, because 21 is when I quit radio. For a long time, I kept feeling like, how could I be that wrong about assessing myself, about not knowing what I'm good at, what I'm capable of, and how could I have put so much might into something that I was so wrong about? But coming to being a voice actor, somewhere I just wanted to get done with it. Somewhere I just wanted to tell myself that you were supposed to be on a mic in a studio, but just not the way you thought you were supposed to be.
Right. So you wanted that satisfaction and that reassurance
I
that I
did.
was not wrong all of those years.
I did. Also doing this with Mantra, who was one of my favorite radio jockeys growing up. I used to listen to him all
and that's the
the
case with
freaking
a
time.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Even me too, for that matter.
Yeah. So the fact that I get to do this with Mantra was even more special because he gets it. You know what I mean? Like if I would tell him something, he'd be like, "Yeah, I get it." So it's very, very special for me in ways that I have not processed yet. I've not let myself to kind of sit down and get all those little
feelings
boxes
out in the open and
head.
sort of think.
Yeah. I have not, because I've got a bunch to finish in the next couple of months, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, let's see what we did there.
Right.
But till then, I'm just grateful. That's what I am.
Honestly, I for the longest time, for almost 4-5 years, the dream that I myself had in my mind was I want to become a radio jockey. So yeah, for years, my entire college life.
But now you're doing a podcast, which is great.
By God's grace, I got, you get pushed into that direction some way or the other.
Yeah. And then it's always scary at first because it's not going according to your plan.
Exactly.
But then when it unfolds, you're just like, okay.
That is how it was, supposed to happen.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so glad for you though.
Thank you so much. And you are my inspiration through and through in the long run. I dream of becoming a YouTuber one day. So
do it. What is stopping you?
Sort of working on it. Sort of.
Okay,
started working on it, but let's hope it transpires someday. And I'll definitely have you to thank for, because you are an inspiration for me. I'm being brutally honest right now. So coming back to Desi Down Under, you have worked with Taaruk Raina previously as well on Mismatched. And both your characters, now you are playing twins in Desi Down Under, while in Mismatched, two opposite people on the opposite sides of a war. How has that been coming along? What kind of a bond do you both share?
Oh man, I love Taru. Taaruk is so special for me. So I met him for the first time in 2019. Before I started shooting Mismatched, I was in Akarsh's office, where I met Bihan and Taaruk together.
Right.
And I was so new. It was my first time being an actor. It was my first time being outside of my universe, and I was just so overwhelmed, and I was like, oh, hi, hello, hi. That's it. Like I'd only met Rohit once because we'd kind of tested together for one of our final audition tapes.
So butterflies and jitters flying all around.
All the time. Also, Taaruk, if you meet Taaruk for the first time, he has this very heavy voice. You know what I mean? So I'm just really like, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is scary. And then I shot season 1 with him. It was lovely. One particular incident that I would like to tell about just tells you. And like when you get to know Taaruk, you're just like, this guy is such a puppy. I don't know why I was so intimidated before. We were not very close friends, and he still did this, which I'll appreciate. We were shooting a night shift for season 1 in Jaipur. Okay. And I was having a particularly rough day. I was grappling with a few things at work, at home, and I wasn't very happy. And Taaruk used to be a part of the Broadway musical Aladdin in Mumbai, in India, along with Mantra, who's the genie. So I told him, I said, and just earlier that year is when I'd watched my first Broadway show, which was Aladdin in New York. So I told him, I said, and I remember that day I found out he was Aladdin. And I was like, shut up. Are you saying you are Aladdin? And I freaked out about it. And I remember I was sitting outside where the video village is on set. And I was sitting and I was sad. And Taaruk has come, and as Taaruk has sang a whole new world to me as Aladdin. Oh my God. Wow. That is perfect. And I was so touched. I was like, it's also on video. I'm going to have to fish that video out because you should. My God, everyone will fall in love with it because we already love the song. We love Taaruk. Perfect combination. Yeah, and my night was so much better. And we weren't even friends at that time. We were just co-stars. We were just acquaintances. Colleagues. that's it. And that just says how he is and what he is. And then when we went on season 2 is when Taaruk and I really got along, because even before season 2 a little bit, we always stayed in touch. When we came back after shoot, Taaruk and we have stayed in touch throughout. So when this came, I was just like, yes, we're doing this. We're playing twin siblings. When else is that ever going to be possible? I love him. He's one of the most caring, warm, sensitive listener that I have as a friend. He will also tell it to you as is, which most people will not. And I really appreciate that about him.
Very few people possess two qualities that you just mentioned. A good listener. B, someone who's straightforward with you. People are not like that.
Yeah.
So that I think is a great thing about him.
Yeah. Like I'm always like, I always double think when I put my guard down around newer people. He's the one person that I don't regret putting my guard down around at all.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And any funny, memorable, any that kind of an incident that happened on the sets of Desi Down Under that you'd like to share with us? Please spill something.
I mean, now that the show is out, maybe I can talk about it, and maybe whoever's listening to us will feel like listening to it. So Deven and Meenu kiss.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Shooting that on audio was the funniest thing ever. And
how was it like? Okay, hold.
So
now
funny.
I want to know, how was that like?
It was so funny because Adarsh and I were in the same. We were standing next to each other, and he was like here, okay, and I'm here.
Right.
Okay, we are that far from each other. And we're not even looking at each other. Like, we've got our headphones, our eyes are shut, and Mantra's sitting over here, and he's telling us what the scene is. Okay, turn, lean in, breathe out. And what happens on these hypersensitive mics is that every breath you can hear very clearly in your ears, right?
Right.
So everything becomes that much more intimate. Everything becomes that much more like private and like detailed. So that was like, and so we had a kiss where we were kissing our hand.
What?
Yeah, because obviously we're not going to kiss each other.
Right.
We're like kissing our hand for the sound. And after that, I just looked at Aditya and I'm like, why am I so awkward? Like, I've done actual kissing scenes on screen where I've actually kissed people. But this was so much more like awkward for some reason.
Oh my God. I mean, okay, I have been in the audio realm for almost a year and a half now, and I cannot imagine how weird, awkward, or funny this situation might have been.
And you know what was even more scary? I wouldn't call it scary, but even more like baffling was that when we heard playback, it's creepy how real it sounds.
Really?
Yeah. You should listen to it in the show where you just like Mantra played it to us and put me and Adarsh like, what?
Okay, now I'm really curious. I am going to listen to it for sure.
Yeah.
That is really, I mean, for someone who has been in this realm, I mean, it's really baffling for me, honestly.
It is. It's quite exciting, which is why I love this medium, because I got to perform things, listen to things, live things, think about characteristics of my character in a way that I had not done before.
Right. That's great. Talking about one of your previous projects, you just got your Bollywood debut with Jug Jug Jio. I mean, a massive Dharma production. That is like the dream for any artist starting out or striking on their own. How was that like, working with legends like Anil Kapoor, Neetu Ji? My God, how was it like?
It was the best. Exactly like you said. I could not have asked for a better first film. And not just with V.D. Kiara, Anil Kapoor and Neetu ma'am, but also with Raj and Karan. The fact that I remember when Panchmi, the casting director, called me saying, I want you to audition for a Dharma film. I was just like,
wow.
Okay. I would send it. And then what? Not in my wildest dreams that I thought it would go through. So that was quite exciting.
That is, I mean, people out there, your fans, people who were not even your fans, they just fell in love with you on screen. And people like me were just waiting to, oh my God, when is the movie going to release? I want to watch it. Watching you on the silver screen for your entire Dum Dum Army was like a whole experience altogether.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I feel like it's thanks to like something like what you just said to me, that I'll even have the guts to do it again. Otherwise, I just become like such a ball of nerve, and I'm like, "नहीं, नहीं, नहीं, छोड़ो, 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 OTT ठीक है, OTT ठीक है," like मेरे बस नहीं है.
And like talking about that now, you've experienced audio, you've experienced video in terms of OTT, and a big Bollywood film. What was the most exciting of them all? Something that you really liked,
Of all the things that I've done so far,
right?
I really can't choose because they're not even linear when it comes to comparison. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right, right.
nothing about having Juk Juk Jio release in theaters will ever come as close to how I felt when Mismatch season 1 released.
Right,
Or
right, right.
or Mismatch will never feel like how Juk Juk felt. So I really can't kind of like pick one. But one thing I know for sure is that I used to do theater when I was in college. I've always loved acting. But the one thing that this whole new turn in my life has given me with, say, a Mismatch, a Khayali Pulao, or Juk Juk Jio, is that I have so much more belief in myself as a performer. You know what I mean? The fact that I'm not sucking at it completely.
You understand that you get that understanding that you are a versatile person and a versatile actor.
More than that, you know how every now and then you'll do something in your day that will just make you feel like, oh, that was so aligned, that was so center, like you know, when you suddenly feel like you have that kind of calm when you hit that center in your life. For you, it could be when you're recording a show or when you're writing.
It's right now.
It's right now, see? So it just aligns where you're just like, oh my God, this is what I was supposed to do. And this is where I find my calm and my peace. Right. I felt that the first time when I started uploading content. I felt it the second time when I started speaking about mental health and girls' education. I felt it the third time when I did a meet and greet in Mumbai and I actually met my viewers in person. I felt it the fourth time when I was shooting this one scene for Mismatch, because although Khayali Pulao came out first, I shot Mismatch before it. And Akash came up to me and said, he's like, this is why I think
you were Dimple.
Yeah, like this was great. I like that you did this. I felt it when Juk Juk Jio released. And then when I'm more aware about this feeling, I realized that it happens every time I feel like I'm doing something I've meant to do. I felt it when I started writing last month after a really long time. And I value these things because I feel like this is the only thing that tells me, this is the only indicator that tells me that I am moving towards something that is going to benefit me as a performer, as a person. So I really can't choose, but I just know when I'm on set, when I'm on my writing desk, when I am traveling to speak at places that give me more impact and reach, is when I'm the most aligned with myself. So
I felt it when I took your first interview, which was my first interview with you, I think during Mismatch promotions. I mean,
it was season 2, no?
Yeah, season 2.
With Rohit and I?
No, just you. Just you. It was online, sadly. Yeah, just you.
Okay, sorry.
There are some things that you just said, like, that you dream of to do one day, and to be able to do it, and today to be able to do it twice and once again, it really puts things in perspective, and it really puts me to believe that, okay, dreams do come true, honestly.
You're too kind. Thank you. You made my day. Thank you.
No, nothing like that. You made mine, honestly, by just sitting with me for this interview.
No. It's also a very different interview from the others that I've done so far. So I'm glad we had this conversation.
That honestly, now that made my day even better one, because that again gives me the belief that, okay, maybe I'm doing a good job. Maybe I'm on the
it's very
right
easy
way
to talk to you, and I feel like that is huge ups to you, because it doesn't happen with everyone. So it's a good thing. You should keep doing whatever you're doing. Don't change it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your ashirwad that way. It was great talking to you,
Thanks,
Prajakta.
Niharika.
Honestly, it was really
Thank
nice.
you.
And kudos to you for all the great work you are doing. All
Thank
the very best for Desi Down Under, and
Thank you.
all the very best for everything.
Thank you. Best of luck to you too for everything. And I'm
Thanks.
looking forward to your YouTube channel.
Oh, but I am going to share the link and I'm going to tag you everywhere the day
Okay,
I
done.
started.
Okay, done. Looking forward to it. All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prajakta.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.